Hello everybody, and welcome to this quick video where I'm going to be discussing what I believe to be the worst loadout cards in Paladins. Loadouts, and the cards by extension, are supposed to fine tweak and empower your champion to your desire. Majority of the characters in the game actually don't have terrible cards. Most of the cards in the game are usable. Some are obviously better than others, but overall a good variety to choose from. That being said, I found a few stinkers, and I want to talk about them. These cards aren't worth it as fillers, and are definitely not worth it when capped out. If you have an argument as to why a card I listed is actually good or usable, please let me know in the comments. I'll throw some hearts to the good cases. Okay, let's start small with Maldamba's Snake Pit card. Small is right when it comes to the effect on this card. Gain 2% move speed per level. Capped out, it's only a 10% move speed bonus. Now, I know that base movement speed cards are pretty weak across the board, but this card scales terribly. Other movement speed cards scale at 3% per level, or 6% in the case of Vivian. I've said it a couple times, but I don't quite notice bonus move speed until it's over 20%. While recording footage for the card, I didn't even notice the increased move speed. Why waste 5 loadout points for 10% increased move speed, when you could buy 14% move speed at the start of the game with Nimble 2. One last dumb thing about this card is that it replaced a very useful loadout card, which decreased Maldamba's reload time. Now let's talk about Grok's Scale card. Reduce the cooldown of Healing Totem by 0.6 seconds after using Ghost Walk. When kept out, this will cut the totem cooldown by 3 seconds. So is anyone really out here wasting your escape ability just to get 3 seconds off on one totem? On top of scaling poorly, this card encourages a super risky but not really worth it playstyle. Ghost Walk is Grok's only escape tool in a fight. With a 15-second cooldown to boot, you better be thinking smart when using it. Otherwise, you're going to be finding yourself staring at Pepper's death card yet again. To be fair, I actually can see an argument for this card, that if you need to escape a fight, it will give you your totem faster to heal behind cover. And sure, that's valid. But Grok has better ways to self-sustain in my opinion. Like the Lightning Rod card that heals for 30 per level when you hit a target with Shock Pulse. Or better yet, you could buy Chronos 3 to get 3 seconds off all your totems without having to waste your movement skill. Or you could just cycle your totem cooldowns better. I guess there's that. Another support card makes the list, that being Seris' Bane card. Every Soul Orb stack you detonate increases your movement speed by 1% per level for 3 seconds, up to a maximum of 15% bonus move speed. The scaling on this card affects the bonus move speed per soul charge, and does not change the cap of 15% bonus move speed. So, on paper the card doesn't sound too bad. The problem is that this card is completely outclassed by Seris' Umbral Gate card. That card increases your movement speed by 8% per level when an enemy is affected by a soul charge. Capped out, this will give you a 40% move speed bonus just for hitting an enemy with your primary. And what does this garbage Bane do when capped out?
Bonus 15% move speed if you detonate 3 soul charges! Yay!
So I have to use my self-sustain ability on a 10-second timer to move 15% faster for 3 seconds. Meanwhile, I can move 40% faster with Umbral Gate for 4 seconds just by tapping an enemy. Oh yeah, did I mention that Seris' soul charges last for 4 seconds? And you can refresh the duration by hitting someone again for the potential of a permanent 40% move speed bonus? If I were to ever do a list of the best cards in the game, Umbral Gate would definitely be on there. So when it boils down to it, do you want to detonate enough soul charges to possibly move 15% faster for 3 seconds? Or do you want to move 40% faster for potentially the whole match? Okay, now we're really digging into this dumpster. Up next is Raum's War-Torn Plains card, which reduces the spin-up time of the gatling gun by 4% per level. Capped out, it cuts the spin-up time by 20%. At base, Raum's weapon takes 1 second to start firing, and won't reach its full fire rate for another 2 seconds after that. So, 3 seconds to start dealing full damage. Well, this card cuts that time to 2.4 seconds. Is it noticeable? Not really. Is it pointless? Yes. Raum literally has an ability that bypasses the wind-up time completely. On top of not using ammo for 3 seconds, Raum's ignition will automatically rev the gatling gun to its max fire rate. So what's the point of this loadout card? Raum has so many good cards at his disposal. Don't waste your points on this. Next we have a clump of champions together, being Willow, Ying, and Skye, with their out-of-combat movement speed cards. These are so pointless. I don't even know if I should explain why. Well, for one, you're going to be in combat for most of the match. The second you start shooting, boom, no more bonus move speed. Why waste loadout points on these? All these characters have better ways to traverse the map or gain move speed. The only argument I see for these cards is for Skye, since she spends more time out of combat than most. To that I raise to you 2 cards that can be used in combat and have higher movement speed bonuses to boot. Skye's Victory Rush gives you 10% move speed per level for 4 seconds after getting in a limb, and Skye's Dissipate card grants 8% move speed per level for 2 seconds when entering the smoke screen. On top of that, you can refresh the duration by staying in the smoke. Anyways, out-of-combat cards are a relic of the past and should be reworked. And our last champion on the list, we got Corvus, with not one, but 2 of the worst loadout cards the game has to offer in my opinion. That being Condemnation and Abyssal Effluxion. Let's start with Condemnation. Increase the healing you do by 2% per level, while at or below 60% health. Capped out, this card grants you 10% bonus healing when in the health threshold. So, 2 things with this card. The scaling is pathetic, 10% bonus healing is not a lot, and the method of activation is stupid. You thought sacrificing your escape tool on Grok for more healing was dumb? How about keeping yourself at 60% health just to heal a little bit more? But hey, sometimes that 10% bonus healing can come in handy when the stars align. Someone, anyone, give me an argument for how Corvus's Abyssal Effluxion is useful. Reduce the damage taken by an ally healed by Abyssal Reconstruction by 5% for 0.3 seconds after being healed. The level 1 version of this card actually sounds pretty cool. What's wrong with it? Well, scaling the card up doesn't increase the damage reduction. It increases the time limit, capping at 1.5 seconds of 5% damage reduction. 5% damage reduction! For a reference, Amani's Fireball deals 1000 damage. 5% reduction only takes off a pathetic 50 damage. Not only is the damage reduction pathetic, but the uptime scaling is laughable too. The most you'll be doing with this card is postponing your ally's death by a sliver of a second. This is the only card I will suggest changes for because on paper it sounds pretty fun. My suggestion for this card would be to have it scale by 3 to 4% damage reduction per level while being capped at a half a second uptime. I don't know if the card already does this, but I would have the DR start immediately upon activation of Abyssal Reconstruction. This will turn the card from pathetic garbage into almost a minigame. To get max value out of the card, a Corvus player will have to anticipate when their ally will take big damage, and heal them just in time to apply the damage reduction. Changing the card to something like this will allow for more loadout variety and really solidify Corvus's role of providing little bonuses to his allies. Alrighty, that's my list of the worst loadout cards in Paladins. Truth be told, there wasn't that many. If you think I missed a card, or you have an argument for any of the cards I talked about, please leave your comments below and we could get a discussion going. Videos like these take more time to make, so I would really appreciate it if you clap that like button and laser down that sub button. Don't forget to snatch the bell to stay notified of when I upload or stream. As always, I'm YellowNinja, and peace.